Welcome, everyone, to the TUBCAST. I believe this is episode 186, and on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about Hulu's new Marvel lineup. Amazon's in the news. Also, they're going to fix Sonic, okay? That's fine. First Kanye fixed wolves, and now this director's going to fix hedgehogs. It's going to be fine. As always, my name is Eric, and I am joined by Kyle.
Hello.
And we have a special guest. If you're not watching and you're listening to this only, you can't see who it is. But I'm going to go ahead.
We're not going to tell you.
And I'm going to introduce him. It is Matt Fujon. Sorry, Fujon? I told you I was going to say it wrong. Fujon. Is that right? Fujon, I got it.
Yeah.
Fujon.
Greeting.
Claim to fame. I mean, as I guess you're famous to us because of Comic-Con, right? You know, you gave the nerds a place to go and congregate and celebrate what they love and are passionate about. And so, if you're not familiar with the Comic-Con, that's for Omaha, for our overseas listeners. All two of you, there's some Swedish dudes out there. But this is kind of what we know you for. Hopefully tonight we're going to get to know you for, what you know yourself for a little more. But no, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, I don't want to forget Kuipers. Thanks, Kuipers, for producing the show. And
no problem.
You're going to have Jeremy's job, Matt. I'm going to ask you to push that green screen that way a little bit because I don't know. Someone was messing with it. It's on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know
push
who.
it
out of the shot.
way.
I don't
there
know.
We go.
Somebody must have been, fidgeting. Anyways.
I got a big butt.
Yeah, your butt did it. No, but thanks for joining us tonight, and hopefully this is as thrilling for you as it is for us.
Always.
Yeah.
I love watching this thing.
Okay, great. I'm glad.
Awesome.
So normally, to fill you in on how this goes, we like to just talk about whatever, is maybe in our lives recently, like what we've been doing, what movies we've seen, what, if we've been playing video games, reading comics, whatever that might be. So I always like to give our guests the opportunity to either A, go first, or B, you can listen to Kyle talk and then go.
I think I want to listen to Kyle talk.
All right, Kyle, what have you been up to this week, Kyle?
What have I been up to this week?
Yeah.
Man, I've watched some TV and some movies. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
We just lost some lights.
That's bad.
And some screens.
Are we still on air, Kuipers?
We're still on air.
Okay, cool. Oh,
All right.
I think it's coming back.
So the power...
Anyways, go ahead.
Slight power outage. All right, cool.
That's bad. It was a rat. I think it was probably a rat.
It was a rat. The rat is not saving anything or anyone. No, I checked out a new series on Netflix called I Think You Should Leave. It's kind of like a Tim and Eric-esque, but like a little bit mild.
Sounds nice.
I don't know. It seems like it's a little more normal. There's a little less of
now
like
you're losing me.
I know I'm losing you a little bit. Yeah. It's a little more normalized, so I think it kind of fits in between like what a lot of normal people would watch and the people that would find Tim and Eric.
Define normal people for me, Kyle.
I guess I'm thinking
I feel
like
you're putting people in a box here.
I might be putting people in a box. I'm thinking just like what you would typically see on TV.
Okay.
So like your Saturday Night Live or things that aren't as over the top that appeals to a larger audience.
It's not a mainstream audience thing. Okay.
So it feels like it's a little closer to mainstream than what Tim and Eric do. But man, there are some. It's like 15 to 20 minute episodes. There's like 6 of them on the season. So there were some that were just kind of like, oh, okay, that was haha, whatever. And then there were some that I was laughing out loud because it was so unexpected. It's just a whole bunch of stupid comedy sketches.
I think you should leave.
I think you should leave.
No,
is the name of it.
No, I was actually just
I know, but that is the name of it.
I think you should probably leave.
I probably should.
Okay, so it's good though. We should watch it.
There's a few. There's one sketch with some Garfield humor in it.
That never gets old.
Yeah, it's got a lot of really funny aspects to it.
Garfield humor is dangerous because it's the internet has taken the Garfield meme to such drastic. I don't know if I can call it heights, depths, drastic,
yes.
dark depths.
We're drowning in the depths.
Like if you just like Google like Garfield memes, I mean, you're. It doesn't take you long to get into like this scary fan art.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to think about John and Garfield this way.
Right.
So, anyway, is it like that, or is it more
No,
tame?
it's tamer than that.
I'm a
but
cat that likes lasagna humor.
You'll just have to watch it.
Okay, I'll watch
yeah.
it.
Other than that, I mean, I watched Game of Thrones this weekend, as I'm sure a large chunk of humanity has.
Matt, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I have.
Did you watch this week?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Did you enjoy that episode?
It was very dark.
It was.
Literally and figuratively.
Full of terrors.
Yeah.
There was a lot of terrors.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've actually talked about this season because
Is
we've
it?
kind of forgotten the last 2 weeks.
Because
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks were terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They-
there wasn't really anything that happened in the last 2
I
weeks.
feel like they were trying to give us this like homecoming like
Yeah.
let's feel good for a little bit, like let's get
set
everybody
all the pieces.
let's get
Here's
all-
where everybody's at.
let's get all our friends and family in the room and like
Yeah.
let's have a good time and like drink and reminisce about the good old days. Remember when you pushed me off a roof? That sort of thing. And then like let's let people down easy. But yeah, I think the first 2 episodes were kind of slow. But,
Yeah. I think it felt kind of like hey, let's just breathe and celebrate the fact that you've all made it this far, because most of you probably won't make it a full 7 more episodes. So here's your moment to be applauded for surviving the first, 6 seasons? Is this the 7th or 8th?
This is the 8th.
The 8th. Okay, so
Yeah.
surviving the first 7 seasons. That's what those first 2 episodes felt like to me.
Here's the thing that I have a problem with, and maybe problem's way too strong. Season
Your
8
raging anger.
isn't season 8. It's season 7.5.
True.
Like
True.
we're jumping in halfway into a season, and then we got 2 episodes of like hanging out in a castle.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: hanging out in a castle. And then stuff
ruined
starts
it.
happening. Right. We've only got like 4 episodes left. 5.
Yeah.
5.
Is it 6 this season?
I don't know.
I think it's 7 total episodes this season, so I think there's 4 episodes left.
4 episodes left.
No, I think
and
there's only 3 episodes
I
left.
just kind of.
Yeah, there's only 6 episodes
Oh
total.
man, I thought it was 7.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 episodes left.
I'm just saying we used a lot of time on hanging out in a castle.
That's true. I think probably you see. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that episode 3 involves a battle, right? Like it's a
Right.
very big battle. And I mean, I'm sure like from a budget standpoint, maybe they kind of spent a lot there, but I don't know how that works.
The title of the episode is The Long Night,
Right.
which lasts for exactly 1 night.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
So they were very accurate.
yeah.
They-
It's a very long 1 night.
Yeah, it was a very and it was a long episode.
Right.
So
It was longer.
It was like
Yeah.
a feature film almost.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
No.
loved it.
yeah.
It was really good.
I mean, you could say that they are in the end game now.
Haha.
Oh. So did you like that too?
I did. I saw it. There
Yeah.
were some parts that I think that with like the knowledge of the Marvel universe that I do have, I anticipated things playing out very differently, especially in like the last third of the movie. So there was a little bit that I think on first viewing I was very soured on, and I don't really want to.
Yeah, it's
we're
too spoily.
too soon.
I think actually they haven't even lifted their no spoilers.
Banners in the theaters.
No. Like Disney, like pretty much put out a thing to like all the media outlets that are like,
Oh, okay.
Hey, you have like 3 more days until you can spoil this. Like
Okay.
pretty much kind of a thing. I don't know if you
Like give it a full week in
full
theaters.
Yeah, I don't know
or
what
week
they're
and a half
gonna
or whatever.
do if people do spoil it.
Literally everyone has seen it. It made like $2 billion.
Yeah,
Like
it was crazy.
everybody that exists in the world.
I know
has
some
seen it.
people
I
who
do
are just
actually-
seeing it tonight.
I
Ooh,
do
so
actually
they're-
know some
yeah.
people that have not seen it yet.
Look
And
at me being wrong.
They well, but I mean, it was a guy at work. He jumped out of like a comic book thread in our Slack and jumped back in a couple days ago saying, "I've already had 2 people that have spoiled everything for me, so whatever."
really?
And I'm like, "Oh,
I
People
think
are just monsters.
isn't that the reason though that it probably did so well? Because everyone is terrified
Everyone's
that it's going to get spoiled. So they're
it's,
just
it's
like,
true.
we're going to see this movie. I mean, I was talking to someone. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm more excited to see the movie or just to not be in fear of spoilers anymore.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure which feels better. Like,
I was listening to a thing the other day where they were talking about spoiler culture and how it's ruining movies.
Yeah.
And I thought that was not necessarily from people saying things, but it's actually like hurting acting as well, because actors are walking into a green screen looking at a page that's like all redacted except for their lines. And it's like, say this line. Who am I saying it to?
Yeah.
You know,
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Yeah, and it like it helps. Or it hurts the production overall because it's like there's this really intense scene and you don't have it because you're just looking at a green screen.
Right. Thanks, Tom Holland.
Thanks, Tom Holland. You ruined it for everyone.
And I think the thing is like, I mean, maybe I'm in the minority here, but these Marvel movies are incredibly predictable. Like, I mean, at least the arc of the story and like what's gonna happen. Like, I feel like the plot of Endgame, like it definitely threw me for a couple of loops where I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. That was kind of whether I liked it or didn't like it, at least it was a different take than I expected.
Right.
But the ultimate arc of it, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, well, I mean, that's not like super shocking to me that this thing happened, you know? So, I don't know. Like, I've heard the argument that like people just need to get over spoilers and it's not a big deal and you just need to like accept it and move.
But I mean,
it ruins it though. Like you want to be surprised. You want that excitement. Like I remember when The Force Awakens released, I was with Kyle and we were like going to go get dinner before the movie and we were eating across from the movie theater. And I was like, someone's gonna be coming out of that movie, eating at a table next to us, and just spoil the whole thing. Like I had like diarrhea practically.
Yeah, you were not as enjoyable in that meal.
I know,
as you have been most other meals that I've had with you.
Yeah,
you were just like, oh, like.
But it's a sucky thing to have it spoiled. But I do think overall, it's almost surprising how respectful people are on the internet. Like I know there are a lot of terrible people, but I feel like there's a kind of a unspoken, just like, hey, don't ruin this. Like we all want to be surprised or whatever.
I mean, at least with something this big, Which it's crazy to think that you had this and the finale or like the final 6 episodes of Game of Thrones happening within a month of each other. Like 2 huge things that have been years in the works for people.
Well, and if if you're going to say this in 2019 alone, you got Star Wars wrapping up too.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, it's a big year for all of us, you know.
It's a dangerous time to be alive.
It is. The spoilers are. I mean, first world problems, right? Spoilers are our biggest concern.
They are a very big concern. Someone get someone in Congress to make some kind of law to protect us. Just kidding. And then the only other thing I've done this week is play Days Gone, which
the video game.
I'm really enjoying it.
Are you? It seems contentious out there. People are kind of torn about the Sons of Anarchy Walking Dead video game.
Right. I didn't really know what to think going into it because of the contention and everything, but I kind of like the fact that even though the caricature of the guy is very much that like motorcycle thug type of thing.
He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah. There's still, I don't know, there's like a seriousness to the game itself that kind of helps cover up some of that weird aspect of his character being the like Sons of Anarchy type of trope. I
feel like it goes back and forth though, because like
a little bit,
There's early on in the game, there's that part where it's like this chick pulls a gun on you, and he's like, and she's like, I'm out of bullets, and he's like, well, lucky for you, I don't kill unarmed women. Like that's against my code. And then like 3 minutes later, I snuck up behind some woman in a camp and just stabbed her in the back. And I was like, I guess I changed my mind about the code now. Like what the heck? Like this, I don't know. So the game kind of just I mean, I get that the person I stabbed in the back, she had a gun, so I guess she had it coming. Yeah, but it's
she was armed.
Like,
she knew better.
It's just a weird like. it's those games are hard because open world games give you enough freedom that like you can just totally just jump there.
Undermine everything about the story and then make it just weird.
Yeah. So but I've probably played like I don't know, at least 20 hours of the game, and I think it's fun, but it is repetitive. Mm-hmm. But I also just like revving my motorcycle up and driving around and upgrading
attracting all the zombies.
Yeah. Well, no, I got like an exhaust that's quieter, but it's still loud. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I put flames on my motorcycle, then I took them off. It's really the ultimate simulation.
Yeah,
for being
simulator. It's the bike simulator that we didn't know that we needed.
Mm-hmm. And then it is. I don't know. The hordes, like when they showed those in at E3, and they're like, look at these hordes, and he's just like just mopping the floor with them, like running around and blowing them up and setting them on fire and shooting them, and it's no big deal. Like every horde I ever encountered, I've either died or just been terrified and ran away as fast as I could. And
I've only come across one. It's like I think the first time that they really let you see one, as you're traveling across the map, and I was like, "Oh, I need to get out of here right now because I didn't have any health or anything."
I never once felt confident to take them on like they did in that trailer, and I don't know. Maybe you just get better weapons or you get better at the game. I don't know, but they seem terrifying to me at this point. But
Jolliver says armed versus unarmed. Yeah, that's.
I mean, okay, I'll give you that. The lady I stabbed in the back had a gun in her around her.
Yeah.
Her shoulder. So,
yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like Matt, you feel at home now a little bit more.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So I would like you to either maybe if you want to fill us in what you've been up to, or if you even just want to tell people, because I realize we didn't give them a lot of context for what you're up to or what you're about, and so either way or both, just jump in and give us some,
Right on. Well, I mean, specifically, I don't want to plug too hard, but like,
we do it all the time.
I do my convention, the convention with myself and Rebecca, and we work on that all of the time. I put in like 11 hours today on press kits.
Awesome.
So
that's like, I mean, that is pretty much your full-time gig, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do other things. I put together a shed at Sam's Club the other day. Just there are things that you do to pay bills, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's not running a convention. Kids, take that home with you. Put that in your pocket.
But maybe wrestling. Maybe there's a future in that.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Like I want to get in the ring, start jumping on people.
Yeah. Just take out some aggression.
But yeah, no. Obviously saw Endgame. I spent the weekend out at the Alamo Draft House. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you there.
Yes.
I did.
Hello, friend.
Yep.
Have fun at your movie. But other than that, there was, Game of Thrones, obviously.
Sure.
Which, I have feelings. I have feelings of all of these things, but I don't want to ruin it for everybody.
I know. Like
it's the worst part about talking about it because you want to say things and you can't.
Right. I mean, like it is whatever. And then pet my dog. She's a good girl. Like you do.
Yeah.
You hate dogs.
I
forgot about that.
I don't hate dogs.
Kyle hates dogs.
I don't hate dogs.
You
despise
them, maybe.
Sure. I guess. Sure.
No. I don't know. This is a thing that I just realized, and I feel bad. I'm like, oh yes, here's this thing that terrifies you. Let me tell you more about it.
No, dogs don't terrify me. I just am uncomfortable with them.
Right? No, I get it.
I didn't grow up with them,
I'll switch. So yeah, no, that's the thing. So the show's been really busy. We're something like 80 days until the show.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's all coming up quick. So, yeah.
Where's the best place for people to get tickets to that show?
You should absolutely go to oconexpo.com.
Oconexpo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
.com. We're going to be there, as always. Hopefully, we always try to be bigger every year. Just because. I don't know why. It's not like this show's getting any bigger. We're just trying to, peacock and be like, look at us. We can be louder.
Come watch our show.
That's what it takes.
Yeah,
exactly.
It does. So, no, we're excited. We're always just like, it's the thing where we're like, as soon as Comic-Con's over, we're like already planning, like, okay, what are we going to do next year? Because we have to like one up ourselves. And,
right.
It's just so much fun because, like, I think I've talked about this every year, but like and I hear it echoed by the attendees too. It's like it feels like this safe haven for a culture that, I mean, okay, there's no denying that nerd culture now is much more accepted. Like, it is not the booger picking wedgie pushed in locker fears that you like a lot of us grew up with. It is much more like, hey, you can be out in the open about this, and probably the jock likes Endgame just as much as you did, or whatever. You know what I mean?
For different reasons. But
Right.
Like,
yeah. Did you see those pecs on Captain America? Doesn't skip leg day. So it's one of those things where it is much more acceptable, but I think still, like, going to a con, it's like, okay, there's no joke in here. Like, everybody gets it. Everybody there. To me, I think the best way we've always described it is it feels like grown-up summer camp to us. Yep. Like, it's that thing we look forward to all year, and it's like, hey, we're going to see all our friends, we're going to hang out, we're going to laugh, we're going to have a good time, and, like, it may be a brief weekend compared to our week-long summer camp or whatever, but still, it's like, it is such an awesome time. And
then, of course, by 2 in the afternoon on Sunday, we're like, okay, I can't talk to you guys anymore because we've sat in this booth for 3 straight days. But it's great.
All I can think about is hauling the giant desk back into Jeremy's basement.
That's
I don't want to do that. No, but it is a blast, and I think everybody. I mean, it's awesome that you do that, and I know that is probably quite the the mental taxing. But I'm assuming you feel pretty rewarded in doing it. Like, I feel
absolutely. There's a thing that I like to share with people because it's important to me. There's an author. His name is James Baldwin. He says that the price for pursuing any passion or calling is an intimate knowledge of its ugly side, and like just as a thing. So the show started out as this. Oh my God, let's make this thing. It's gonna be so great,
right?
And it's like, oh well, here's how you do taxes for an LLC. It's like, oh,
fun.
Or like, oh hey, we're just gonna add $20,000 to your bill because suck it. Things like that that tick away at that, and it's always really nice to hear things from like you guys or other people who participate that bring that scale back up to I hate to be a downer on everything, but that's really that thing. It's like oh yeah, no, we have a great time, and like it's like, oh hey, I didn't just spend 360 days wasted, like it is, hey, we had a great time, or
right. And I think that's good to express that, because I think, I mean, it's right in line with Burger King, right? Because they're just announcing their unhappy meal. Not everything.
Wait, what?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're releasing this line of unhappy meals, and they're like blue and black, and I think they're calling it the blue meal. Like, the boxes have frowns on them and stuff, and it's like, we're not happy all the time.
Interesting.
And I love that, because you just reminded me of that when you said that, because it's true. Like life, there is ebbs and flows, and you got to realize that there's a lot of not fun stuff that goes into making great things.
Absolutely.
And that's just the reality of it.
I want to be super clear that, like, when the show's over, I'm like, oh my God, I just had some great experiences, and I hope everybody else did too. And like, it's very rewarding. Mm-hmm. It's just that, like, oh hey, I've got to go into a meeting, on Saturday at 8 a.m. for to talk about a farmer's market, and like I love the farmer's market, it's great, but like 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's
right.
early.
Like normal people,
you got to get those eggs early at the farmer's market.
Right.
They cook in the sun.
So what do we have lined up this year, guest wise?
Oh my God!
I'm trying to. Are there any secrets that you can even tell us, or is it clues?
I have all of the
to put you completely on the
things,
spot.
All of the main things are on the website.
Okay.
The oconexco.com. It's all out there. So I don't have any secrets yet. I'm working hard on one more guest.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
So to be revealed.
Awesome. Right. But we've got 6 media guests this year. We have something like 25, 30 comic book guests. It's hard for me to remember all of them because there's so many of them all over the United States. Our big new ones this year, like Mark Russell. He's from Texas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He did Snagglepuss Chronicles, I believe is what it's called.
Okay.
And it's like a alternate timeline on Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
And so like DC did it. He's up for an Eisner
wow.
in a couple months. Yeah,
That's
for
great.
his
Awesome.
work on that, and I believe the Flintstones. So he got 2 really good runs in before they nixed that
okay.
project.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think, and then you have all your vendors, and then also the will the pork nachos be back again? Like I don't know if that. I'm just making the famous
Dave's. They've got pork nachos.
I hope those are.
I wish that I knew who was gonna be there for food. I think that would be amazing. I'd be like, yeah, go get this, and it's like,
Right.
yeah.
No, anyways, I'm teasing a little bit.
He just loves wandering around the convention, just saying pork chos.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
Jolliver's in the chat.
I love when he walks around the convention and he's got his little microphone out and he's like, ah!
Yeah, just
It's like one of my favorite parts of the entire weekend. It's just like, yeah!
I just like to make
Tell me things.
people uncomfortable and put them on the spot.
Yeah.
And then,
Not only does it work, but they don't know that they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know.
It's
great.
insane.
It's great. Maybe it just makes people watching uncomfortable, and that's what I enjoy more. Jolliver's excited. He said a little bit earlier in the chat that he's got a 1.5-year-old they're bringing in, and they're excited that they can walk around and maybe dress up and be their first cosplay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it really is like, hey, there is kind of something for everybody there, and that's awesome.
And this is the 5th year, right?
Yes, this
year?
is the 5th year.
Okay.
This is
man.
our leather anniversary. I honestly don't know. It could be like carpet anniversary.
Right.
But
I think I missed the
carpet.
very first one because it was like the weekend after I got back from my honeymoon. And
a good
then
excuse.
I've been to every one ever since.
Yeah.
Because that first one we showed up for one day, and then we were like, hey, we should actually just like move in for the weekend like everybody else is.
Get a booth.
So we did that.
Yeah, we did. No, it's awesome. So
we're doing some really cool things with the podcast area this year, or I think that it's cool. We're adding more perks, so you'll be able to like live stream from it the whole weekend if you wanted to, and things like that.
Oh, awesome.
Like super cool, legit media passes just came in the mail, so
Awesome.
they're like,
ooh.
you get the same one as the news company does.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
So,
I'll feel very important.
You
now.
can walk up to like KETV and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pointing at myself and at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
imaginary
The badge, yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it was like the first year there. There was some dude from one of the news stations, and he's got like this huge camera, and like I walk up to him, and we've got like this DSLR we're shooting on, and I'm like, and he was so nice though. Like he's just like, oh yeah, that's cool to see, like kind of grassroots coverage or whatever, and I'm just like trying to showboat him, and it's not working at all. Like he's just not
Unflappable.
not buying it, no. But no, it is so cool. I would encourage everybody to go check it out. Even if you're like not from Omaha, maybe you live in Minnesota,
Yeah.
you should drive down and come to this Comic-Con. I only say that because Crazy Legs is in the chat, and he's from Minnesota, and he came 2 years ago or 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
And he
Yep.
came all the way from Minneapolis to come to Comic-Con to hang out with Minitub.
He did sign some
And-
autographs too.
Yeah, he
Hey.
does feel like he does believe, and so do we,
Right.
that he's internet famous. I
Right.
believe. No, he's great.
But what's he famous for on the internet?
Wearing American flag pants.
Yes.
And also a great Nicolas Cage story that if you want to hear, you need to go back into the archives and
Yeah.
All right,
great.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I missed that one.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
it's a good
we'll fill
one.
you in.
We'll
It's
fill you
great,
in.
but that's really his claim to fame. No, I mean, all right. Is there anything? Let's. I want to move away a little bit from the show.
Absolutely.
I want to know, like, yes, that is a lot what you do, but I mean, I'm sure it doesn't define you wholly. Like, what are you like about? Like, what are you into? What's your thing? Like, I mean, everybody's like, there's so many subcultures of nerddom. Like, we talked about the broad Game of Thrones,
Absolutely.
Avengers. That's kind of a broad.
So honestly, I
swath.
feel like that's my job at this point.
It's just
like,
to be into everything?
It's not that I don't enjoy going to see Endgame or
Yeah.
seeing every movie that comes out that's relatively tangential to the convention, but I do feel like it's a part of the job. Like
Yeah.
it's not like,
Sure.
hey, you know what I want to do? I want to go see. It's like I gotta go before somebody else sees it, and it's like, well, have you
Right.
seen it yet?
Yeah.
Again, It's work.
Okay, but what movie are you going to go
seventh-
see? Like, or what? Go ahead.
I
Lost,
am
didn't
seventh in the
interrupt you.
world of like 12 or 13-year-old video game called Company of Heroes.
Okay.
On the ladder. So,
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. On the rank. Wow.
Yeah. So
Company of Heroes.
it is.
That's
It is a
that's
World War II.
Was that on PS2?
Nope. It's on the computers.
Oh, it's on a.
It
Okay.
it is my favorite game of all time. The American announcer. It's like you've seen StarCraft, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, but better.
Oh. Whoa.
Like I will fight people.
Whoa.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying, like, that's. I mean, it's made a fortune for some Korean folk.
Steve Bloom,
People that are
is
like
the
real
voice
into
actor.
StarCraft. That's a dangerous claim.
For the announcer.
Oh, okay. So he's
yeah.
kind of doing the StarCraft announcer thing.
Yeah,
but-
he does. He does.
But it's
He's the
World War
voice
II.
of Abathur. He's a voice in StarCraft too. He's voice of Abathur, voice of Dahaka. I believe
Oh,
he's
okay, he does
another
both.
one. I can't remember what the other one. He's in everything. First of all, like that's just like a thing. But in Company of Heroes, he's like sticky bombs are ready. You know, like he does that
Okay.
whole like,
Yeah.
hey, your riflemen are getting shot at. You should probably get that taken care of.
So is it the gameplay is it's like a strategy game, kind of like
Absolutely.
StarCraft, okay.
It's like StarCraft, but it's so StarCraft is very focused on management of all of your units.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna have 50 billion Zerglings, and you just go like, go over there.
Yeah.
Where Company of Heroes is very, well, heroes. Like you've got like this many riflemen. You've got 6 dudes, and
okay.
those dudes go over there, and then you have a sniper here, and you have it's much
Yeah.
smaller in scope, but wider in game options. So there's like a wall. You can have your riflemen go up to the wall, and then they're in like
okay,
heavy
yeah.
cover, so they don't take damage from that tank
Sure.
over there. There's just more things to it. Where like StarCraft, for example, like
Right.
this unit will do 4 damage, and it's very math related. Where this other one has more random.
Less
to it.
math.
Nice.
That is what I'm about.
Less
Less
math.
math.
That's
Like,
that's a good
yeah.
thing to be
That's-
about.
yeah.
Like I'm not gonna put that down. Math is terrible.
Right.
I mean, who needs it?
Yeah. No one.
There's calculators for it.
But yeah.
Exactly.
No.
There's I love my dog again. She's a big deal. She's
What
a
kind of
Belgian
dog?
Malinois. So she's like what did you see Max, the movie about a army dog?
I
a couple
I
years
didn't,
ago.
but I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
So-
she's a Belgian Malinois. The state patrol used them, and
Okay.
So big dog. Pretty big dog.
She's pointy. She's very pointy.
Pointy,
Got
okay.
got a lot of triangles in her ears and her nose and her teeth. And she requires a lot of work. A lot of work. So I keep looking over at you like let's talk here. But then there's all these people.
Yeah, you gotta get them all.
don't wanna-
get them all.
right.
Okay, so let's say if you're going to a movie that isn't for work, right? Like you want to see a movie. Like what's a movie that maybe people would be like, oh, I didn't see that one coming.
The
Like,
last movie that I didn't see for work was Baby Driver.
Okay.
Like I was like, this looks interesting. I like what I
What'd you
I like
think?
what I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it is good. It's pretty good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I still haven't seen that one,
Shame.
but I want to.
I think you should. It's
I
got
think you should
it's got
leave.
John Hamm.
I'm just kidding. I was talking about the show.
I know.
I see what you did there.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I
I mean, it's got Kevin Spacey, but we'll forgive it for that. No, I'm just kidding.
That was
yeah.
pre knowledge,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we can still like it.
we can separate the art from
yeah.
the man.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. I mean, I'm not sure society as a whole is really good, is great at that right now, but I do agree with that sentiment. That is a fantastic movie. What about? Let's see. Okay, so is there anything coming out like in the future that you're like, okay, I'm gonna go see this for me. Like this is the thing I'm excited about.
Like it's still a little bit
Blurred.
tangential, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I really want to see Godzilla.
That does
Like,
look pretty good.
It
Yeah.
looked
Yeah.
like butts the first like 2 or 3 trailers, and then it like got a little bit better, and then now it looks. I love the idea of anything that like puts humanity down,
Yep.
just like as a thing.
We deserve it.
Well, like I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But when the guys, I can't remember what his name is, what the actor's name is, but he's like, he goes, no, we're his pets. It's like,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, no, for real. We've got all of our technology and stuff, and like a little, and like he's just stomping around being all atomic fiery.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, I don't know.
That was
Saving the
that
day.
trailer. I mean, I'm assuming you're referring to the trailer before Endgame, and like it blew me away because I'd kind of seen a little bit like of that, and I was just like, I don't know, like what to think. But that trailer really kind of sold me on that.
I got super mad when I saw the first trailer, and it was 13, 11, whatever she is from Stranger Things, and I was like, oh, I mean, like good for her. She's got like a career to work on and everything, but like I don't need another like girl psychic story of whatever. And it's like, oh wait, no, it's Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten better from there.
Yeah. No,
I've been a fan of that series because they've got the first one that came out a couple years ago with Bryan Cranston, and then the King Kong movie is supposed to be tied to that.
Kong Island.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's
the one
most
with
recent
Samuel
one.
L. Jackson and So that one there's eventually supposed to be a King Kong versus Godzilla.
That's the only movie I've ever purchased that I did not watch.
Wow. Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I feel really bad about that.
Okay.
But like I got it. It was on sale on iTunes. I bought it. I'm like, oh, I should watch this because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
It's still sitting in iTunes, and I have not watched it yet.
It's a pretty good Kong movie.
So you're saying it's part of the Godzilla cinematic universe?
Yes.
And so I probably watch that. Okay.
Oh my God, how great is that when we can just say that?
Right?
I firmly believe that this is the best time to be alive. Like stuff could start blowing up. And like, we had a good run.
Yeah, this was good stuff.
Like you mentioned earlier, like nerds going to see the Avengers for different reasons or whatever. Yeah. But like we have all of it. It's not nostalgia. It's not like, oh hey, remember I saw the Turtles when I was younger. No. Yeah. This is all like new stuff. Like with Endgame, there was a whole bunch of things that were like straight from the comics that they've never referenced before.
Yeah. Sure.
Like in the MCU, they're just like, oh yeah. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. Comics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And like no one had to know.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it was just a little like, hey, we know you're out there.
Yeah.
It's happening throughout everything though. Like we still have our garbage TV that we can sit and watch and whatever.
Yeah.
But like then there's also our stuff too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's great.
It's awesome, and
what a time to be alive.
I think that I think of like my kids. I think they're fully unaware of how great it is, and they're just taking it all for granted, and then it kind of makes me sad. I'm like, you don't realize what you have. And like my son, he's 8, and he's at this place where he kind of just wants to be contrary with every opinion I have.
Yep.
And so like I try to get him into Star Wars, and I realized at some point that I'm pushing too hard. He's going to hate it,
right?
Just because Dad tried to make me watch this all the time. So I've finally kind of given up on it, but it does break my heart just a little bit. I'm like, you realize how exciting this is that we're getting good Star Wars movies? Not this prequel.
I think it's important though. That's one of the base reasons why I do the show is because we're all, I don't want to say old, but we're working on it.
Yeah, we're getting there.
And it's like, oh hey, we didn't have this.
Yeah,
we didn't have this.
Right.
We didn't have the capability to have young and old Will Smith in the same movie.
True.
It's true.
That trailer. I'm on the fence still, like about this whole making everyone young in all the movies because it's so good. It's done so well now that it almost just freaks me out just a little bit, especially when you like grew up with these actors, and like even in Captain Marvel, seeing like young Sam Jackson in this thing, and it's like he looks so young, and this is so weird, and like I can't stop thinking about it, and I mean it's a good mechanism to get you lost in the story, but I think for me, like I just always like to think about the filmmaking aspect of it and everything. So I'm just like getting really hung up on the fact that like they had to use CG to correct his face like in every scene he's in to make him young, and it's crazy.
I'm betting that the reason that they did that is because the last time that they tried to do a movie with him and his son, it didn't work out well. So
let's just have.
They're like, we're just not going to use Jaden this time. Will, you'll just play both of them, and it'll be better.
Speaking of, is your kid like excited for Detective Pikachu or anything?
I think so. He actually, what I was surprised at is when the Godzilla trailer came on during Endgame, he like looked up at his mom and he's like, I want to see that. Like, I was like,
All
okay,
right, so,
yeah.
I was getting worried that he was going to be all like, drinking in football.
Yeah,
you know,
like, trust me, I thought that. It's like, no, he was watching basketball videos on YouTube one day, and I was like, "Turn that off!" No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like yelling at him, like it's like I caught him watching something terrible.
Allow that in my household.
It's fine, but yeah, I think that's one of those things where it's like there's gonna be something for everybody, and it's like you kind of just have to, that's cool. Like I love it when they find stuff themselves, and I'm like, whoa, you're watching this, like,
right.
What is it, So, no. Anyways, I was the only thing I wanted to mention real quick from this week is like I've been doing a lot of the same things too. Like I've been playing Game. You've been playing Game of Thrones.
Playing Game of Thrones.
Playing Game of Thrones. I've been
watching
in games and no, but I saw the movie. I feel like I have a lot of things I'd like to say about. I will say, as someone who's kind of like. I really didn't like the first two Avengers movies. Sorry, I just didn't like them. They were okay. They were fun to watch, but I just was like
they did their job.
I just didn't. I never really was like, oh yay. And so I was kind of caught off guard by Infinity War because I wouldn't say I loved everything about it, but it was the first one that I was like, okay, I'm kind of on board now. Like this is kind of exciting to see what's happening. And then they did. I feel like there were so many moments in this new game, this in-game, this new movie, Endgame. I feel like there were so many moments and scenes and storytelling mechanisms that they used that like I was kind of surprised by, and I really liked. I'm not going to say anything specific, but the opening scene was so well done. Like just the way they kind of delivered this like with a character that everyone knows I hate, and like it's just like all this stuff that I was just like. Wow, I actually had like an emotional reaction to this person. Like just the way the cinematography about it, like it feels so much more mature now. It doesn't feel like this like bubblegum thing, and it just I don't know. For me, I really really appreciated some of that stuff.
You're like the third person that's mentioned the emotion of that, and I'm like. We could just get rid of the entire first third of the movie. Like, just let's go. But
you're like right into the action.
like let's do something here. But like, no, like you have a point. Like, it really does pull on the like trying to build a story.
Well, and I think if you don't, I mean, I get it. Like, it is slower paced, but I think like for me, I want you to give me a reason to care. Like, I'm not just gonna like if you're gonna like put different. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like movies will just be like, "Oh, and this person might die. Are you scared? Are you sad? Are you?" And it's like I don't even know.
That's the problem with Game of Thrones. Oh my god.
I know, but I'm just like I don't know. I don't care. You haven't given me a reason to care. Like you haven't given me any backstory, any context that like,
right, absolutely.
It's bow and arrow man. Yay. Like I don't care. Like and so that's the thing is like I think they're doing a much better job of like contextualizing these characters, and that to me that's what I value in the movies. So
I mean like I think that first 2/3 of the movie for me was exactly what I wanted. There were a couple things that I think I've come to terms with now, having had almost a week thinking through it all.
I'll accept it, I guess.
I've accepted it. I mean, there's nothing. I can't change it, so I've accepted it.
No, you can. We learned from the movie you could change it, Kyle.
That's true. I need to find myself some stones.
Mm-hmm. Nope, you don't even need to do that. Anyways, no more spoilers. I've been playing Days Gone 2. I think I said enough about it. It's motorcycles. Yeah. That's cool. But I did play this fun little game that I found on Steam called Train Valley 2, sequel to Train Valley. Never played Train Valley 1, but this is...
Never heard of Train Valley 1.
Okay, so get this. It's kind of like a puzzle game.
Okay.
And kind of like a weird train management system at the same time. So
okay.
You pretty much... I'm going to go a really brief overview of this, but it's like there's a train station set up, and then you have to like make the tracks and kind of design this... I don't know, you're almost engineering the way that the trains are going to travel to different resources and gather those resources, bring them back. And I don't know, you have these little, small, like kind of macro goals that you have to reach and different things like that. But it's ultimately a puzzle game, and there's like rewards for doing it faster or rewards for doing it with less resources. Kind of like have you ever played like a bridge builder game where you have to try to build a bridge with the least resources.
No,
and, like,
but what it made me think of was like Railroad Tycoon, where you kind of build stuff, but like with a puzzle aspect of it.
It's much more like
makes it like, hey, here's what your goals are, and you have to do it.
There's multiple levels, so it's like, oh, here's the desert level, and you have like, if you beat it under so much time, you get an extra bonus or whatever.
Sure.
So anyways, it's really fun. But that's all. That's all I've been doing. Kuipers, we haven't heard much from you. You're back there busy. You're doing things. Before we jump into the news, what anything you wanted to share with us? Any non-spoilery feelings about Endgame? Anything else?
Well, I mean, I've actually been playing a new game as well lately.
Ooh, have you?
A new game? You mean you're not playing Skyrim for the 17th
Smash
millionth
Brothers
time?
Okay, I've been playing both of those, but I've also found another one to play.
Okay, a new love.
Yeah, Box Boy and Box Girl on Switch.
Oh, that looked good. I haven't picked
it's
that up,
actually
though.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like different puzzle game. It's a little bit easier than Baba Is You. We're not as crazy to have to wrap your head around.
Baba Is You is very mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baba is mean. So it's good.
But-
It's got the Kuiper's thumbs up.
It's got the Kuiper seal of approval.
Okay, cool.
All right, that's what we look for in a game.
All right, give us your Siskel and Ebert review of Endgame. Does it get a thumbs? Let's go thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down.
You can see on screen.
I can't see on
I can't
screen.
see on screen, Kuipers.
People who are watching right now can see on screen thumbs up.
Okay, cool.
Thumbs up,
Kuipers
okay.
approves.
Although I probably did actually outdo the superhero movies this weekend because I also saw Shazam on Friday. So
Did you like that?
yeah, I thought that was actually pretty good.
Jeremy
too.
said it was for children, and he was upset. Did you think it was for children?
That's not even. I know. No. I'm jumping in on this one. I know. I'm glad Jeremy's gone. We'd come to blows.
yeah, I see why Jeremy said that.
Because of who he is.
Yes.
Okay.
But I thought it was a good movie personally.
Yeah, it looks great. I have not seen it yet.
I still haven't seen it
I really,
either.
really want to see it.
Zach
Get
really
on that.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
So here's the best part about Shazam. Nobody knows anything about Shazam.
So they're just like, hey, this is...
They're like, hey, let's have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's this movie. I will ruin something for you.
Okay.
It's not a spoiler. I'm just ruining it.
Okay, great.
Billy Batson. Just imagine him, but he's Arya
Oh, okay.
because they got the eyebrows.
Oh, the Aria
They're
brows.
the same. They're the
Okay.
same person.
Okay.
It's great. You're gonna look at it and be like, oh.
Now you've ruined it for me.
Yeah.
I
All
can't
right.
stop staring at this person's eyebrows.
Yeah, that's great.
On
that note.
I need to see that movie now only for eyebrow
Yeah.
reasons.
Absolutely.
All the eyebrow reasons.
Forget Zachary Levi, only the eyebrows.
Yeah.
He was good in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Anybody watch that show?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Still haven't.
He was good in Chuck.
I do remember
He
Chuck.
was
I
Chuck,
think I watched the
yeah.
first season. I didn't watch all of that.
He was good in Thor.
He was.
Yeah.
Was
Oh, Thor in this movie, man, we can't even say that. All right. The Russo brothers must be fans of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The first story we have tonight comes from TheVerge.com. It says Ghost Rider and Helstrom are Hulu's next two live-action Marvel shows.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
this is because Disney owns Hulu, right? And so
I think
this is
so.
why it's not going to their streaming service.
I think so. And
Or will it be on both?
I think it's supposed to be just on Hulu.
Is it supposed to be darker?
I think that might
Oh,
be
okay.
part of it
So, like,
because
children might be
because the
watching on the other.
Hellstrom I'm not familiar with, but apparently, like in the comics, they are the children of Satan, who then go.
They sound
and,
like they might be bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not.
So then they go down and track down the people that are terrorizing and terrorize the worst of humanity. Apparently, the Ghost Rider is actually a spin-off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really?
So they're going to be using the same actor, Gabriel Luna, who played Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they're using the car version of him rather than the motorcycle version that Nicolas Cage played in the movies.
Wait, so it's like Kit from Knight Rider? He's a car?
Kind of.
Wait.
So they did a run a couple of years ago, and I think that they actually have continued it in the last year or so. Maybe it was a little bit more than that, but with a Ghost Rider who is he's like this kid that works on is like a real good at cars and stuff like that.
He's real good at
He's
cars.
real good at cars. And
Does one ride a car?
I don't think he rides it as much as he drives it.
Right.
Now, my only connection to ghost riding is ghost riding the whip, and that's when you step outside the car and dance while it rolls without a driver. So is that what he's doing in this?
He doesn't, but I
Okay.
think in some cases he can make the car move without him. The comic, the first run of the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider was really good. And
was
so I think
Car
that was
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Car Ghost Rider. So it's like his uncle or somebody had some kind of deal with the devil, and so
I really kind of want to delve into Matt's point here, though, because I didn't think about the fact that his name is Ghost Rider. Because when
It's
you're
true.
talking about a motorcycle, you're a rider, even though you are driving it. But in a car, nobody ever. If you're a rider, you're not behind the wheel. You're
Generally a
usually-
passenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a passenger's position.
but I think
So does he not steer his own vehicle?
it kind of fits because like it's the spirit that's possessing
the car.
him,
Oh,
and his vehicle was like a murderer or something. So they kind of end up.
I thought he was an angel of burning.
I think that this one was a little
Okay.
bit different because I
Alright.
think he was somebody
I'm not familiar
that.
with this one at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And so I think it's just he kind of takes over Robbie and Robbie's ride of choice, which is his car.
I see.
But it also works on that whole he's the rider because he's kind of along for the ride when the ghost
yeah.
takes over. So
I dig it.
Okay. All right.
I think it's interesting. If you liked Agents of Shield, his run was the episodes that he was on were pretty good. So I'm kind of interested to see what that'll look like once it's finished.
I don't want to change the subject too much, but how excited are you for Disney Plus? Like,
After I saw the price, a lot
Yeah.
more excited.
so the price is
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
But then all of DuckTales,
Yeah,
all of
that's
Chip
pretty
and Dale,
great.
all
Yeah.
of like all of the everything. Like
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
doing away with the vault entirely. It's just like, oh yeah, just watch whatever.
The vault is
crazy.
buying
It is
Disney
so
Plus
exciting.
right?
for what $6.90?
Yeah,
$7
a month,
Yeah.
and you got the vault.
Anyways, not to plug Disney more,
Well,
just
I know,
like-
yeah, but it is crazy. Like when I thought for sure it was gonna be $15 a month,
Right.
Like, I thought for sure, and then to see, I know they're not gonna have everything right away. It sounds like, but that's all coming down the pipeline. And
You can't
that's-
watch everything all at once.
Right,
anyways.
you got to get it,
Right.
slowly
Yeah.
fed to you. So I am very excited about it. I think it's interesting how they're kind of siphoning off what shows are going to go where. Like original, I think, like even with this, like I think a lot of people, the sentiment behind the Netflix Marvel stuff was like, okay, hey, maybe they felt like they had a contract for 13 episodes. They had to kind of like fill.
Yeah, that might have been
and,
some
like,
of it.
and so it really kind of drug them out. And I mean, there were some good moments in them. Like I think that
There
Yeah.
were some good
I
moments.
think some of the early like Daredevil stuff was really great. Like I really liked the Punisher series. I thought
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
I think those weren't those the. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong series, but wasn't that one the second season 10 episodes?
Yeah, they shortened it. But
which made that one feel like it
But,
was
like-
like perfect.
even if you were an Iron Fist sympathizer, like drawing out those as long as they did was
Yeah.
painful.
Right.
And like,
Did you watch the second season?
No.
Okay.
I look like
This-
a
Was
sadist?
there a
No,
second
the
season?
second,
Yeah, there was.
The second season was much better than the first season was.
They're
which
like, hey,
doesn't
did
take
he
a
get
ton.
fit? Did he like look like an Iron Fist martial artist? Did he get hit in the head by one guy and then lose? Like takes on like 15
bit.
ninjas and then
Little
just like
bit.
punk.
Yeah, there was a little of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I know. That's the thing is like there was definitely this like
I think it was like a weird contractual.
I think
obligations
between
that
like
they had.
all the comic book movies coming out and like I've expressed my comic book fatigue, like my
Right.
superhero fatigue, and it's a real thing because I think we keep getting hit over the head like, oh, look at this superhero and we're doing this,
Right.
and then like DC kind of screwing things up in a lot of ways, and like
yeah, that makes you just like,
and,
oh, okay.
and so it's just like I'm just so tired of it, and I feel like we've had some redeeming moments in it, but so I'm just curious, like how are they going to differentiate themselves from like this is just another streaming platform's series, and it's
So-
like Is this going to be good?
I think that it does say in the article that it's the ABC Signature Studios, or it's produced by Marvel Television and ABC Signature Studios. So I think this is going to fall in line with kind of what you would expect from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, so it's going to be bad.
Caliber.
Inhumans.
In other words,
mean.
Eric won't like it.
No, thanks.
Thanks
for putting me in a box.
I'm putting you in the box that you put yourself in. I mean, you've said that you don't like the look of it, so it looks like it'll be in the same vein. I don't think that it'll have the same kind of money behind it that like the Loki series or the Hawk and what's the Cap or
War Machine. No.
No, I think it's Winter Soldier. And,
oh yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Winter Soldier,
and the Falcon.
The Falcon.
Okay.
Those ones will probably be something that'll look a lot more like that higher quality, and this will probably look a little more like it's on ABC.
Okay.
That's my guess, but I'm also guessing these will have a little more of a attempt to try and be darker, which may be why it's not on the Disney Plus.
I think with Netflix, they kind of started with some of their more recent series. They kind of started to hit this stride of like, okay, hey, maybe we don't like we get it. People like to binge stuff, but maybe we should make the content good first, and not, you know what I mean, not just try to draw it out forever. And
right.
Like, so we
can do shorter seasons and it be successful without it having to hit 13 episodes exactly.
Yeah, so they're putting like 8 episode seasons out, and it's like, okay, this was good for this because you told the story, and it still like 8 hours of content or whatever it is. Yeah. But they canceled Santa Clarita Diet, and I'm very upset with you, Netflix.
I still need to watch the third season of that, but I heard that and I was upset too.
I mean, it's a very like kind of weird edge kind of thing, but like, man, I loved it. It's a bummer, but not many people must have watched it. I wonder if Netflix will ever start revealing those numbers. They seem to be pretty tight-lipped about viewership. And that
very tight-lipped.
Next story also comes from The Verge. Someone spent a lot of time on The Verge this week. It says Amazon says it's working on free one-day Prime shipping. Is this our drone future?
Maybe. I got an email earlier this week saying that they're starting to pilot the garage delivery as well.
Which I'm super excited about.
Is that like a chopper dropping a garage?
No, I think it's supposed to be kind of like the one that everybody kind of got freaked out about, where they were just letting themselves into your house and dropping stuff off. So now it's your garage.
Oh, so people.
So there's like maybe an extra layer of safety there.
So Matt, you're on board?
100%. I have stuff stolen out of my yard if I go in for a lemonade. Like it's bad. So having somebody just like, oh yeah. It's an employee. They know who it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like some dude is just going to show up to your house. Like, oh, no, my entire garage got stolen. Yeah. It's like, well, it was Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know exactly the only person that was able to get in. It was that guy.
Right.
I thought a company like came out with like these weird like storage boxes at one time that you could like.
They might have.
They cost give money.
Yeah, that's the problem too.
Yeah.
I don't have.
I already bought my garage.
I don't have a good garage. Like, what do they do? Like, put a code in or lift the door?
I didn't really see. It looked like it was something that's very new. I'm guessing it's probably
you give them a new clicker just every
for
time.
Every house.
Yeah. It's just like they've got a bank of clickers.
A visor just like sagging from the ceiling because it's got so many clickers on it.
That would be perfect.
They just have addresses written on them. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to change the pricing or not. It doesn't really say whether this will change what your Prime is going to be, but they said that they're trying to do Prime one day. I mean, it's crazy that we live in a world now that you have specific Amazon Prime trucks that drive around your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. We thought they were going to save the United States Postal Service, but maybe not. No, I'm just kidding.
They've made things worse for them.
Yeah, they have.
Because I've got a couple of family members that work in the post office, and like the Saturday stuff, like they just get slammed all the time. Even with Amazon having their own trucks that are delivering stuff, there's like an insane amount of stuff that's causing strife for the actual mail people. I
do have
Amazon.
to say, I love getting my Cheez-Its delivered to my door. You don't have to go out. Just Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Oh, that's a good. Do you have a dash button where you just push a button and it shows up?
I should get one.
Yeah.
I don't eat that many.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like it's like 3 boxes a week.
No, that's not bad. Then.
One
Yeah,
box.
that's not bad.
Well, do you go with just a original, or do you go
Oh
like
no,
the
you
flavors?
have to gotta mix it up. So like there's the regular original ones,
Right.
which are exquisite. And then you know I like the pepper jack ones.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I really was surprised how good the Monterey Jack ones are.
Oh my goodness, right?
And they like you just think, oh, it's just what? It's
I don't want
Monterey
to sit
Jack.
here and
It's so
have the
good.
thing be taken away that I'm like a Cheez-Its connoisseur, but they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that maybe the Tabasco ones are my favorite though.
Oh,
okay. They're a
those
little
ones-
spicy, but not bad. They're pretty mild for like Tabasco, whatever.
I feel like I got real burned out on those a few years ago because I ate
sorry.
so many of them
It's a
that
tragedy.
it was just kind of like I don't know if I really like these anymore. But I'm betting if I went back
you
to
should
them, I
probably go back
probably
to the
would
well
enjoy
on
them.
that one.
Yeah,
They're quite tasty.
I did have a couple weeks ago the like extra burnt ones or like the extra baked or whatever where they like leave them baked so they
They call those
taste-
mistakes.
I was gonna say the extra mistake.
But I mean, people I guess said that they liked them enough that they went in. I think they called them extra toasty.
You know
So,
what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty good.
I'm sorry, I keep derailing the
No, you-
conversation.
no,
Like,
that's-
let's
that's
talk
what
about
this
this.
that's
show
what
Like,
this show
is.
does. Trust me. That's
Yeah,
you
that's
got
what
it.
this
You're-
show is.
So-
you figured it out.
Garages, I'm totally cool with it to a point.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
It just seems the only thing I would have a concern with, I guess, is like if they are like if you have to give them like your code or something, then
Right.
they've got
give
that.
them a special code.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, what about Steve after hours when we don't know?
Steve after
I
dark.
mean, I'm just telling you,
Right.
Steve's, he's friendly when he's working and he's got his uniform on, but after hours, he's really lusting over your leaf blower.
Right.
And he's just like coming
Right.
in, So
That's true.
It's just like, I mean, I think there's probably a way that they can put in some sort of checks and balances.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put something in kind of like the house one where they have like you have to have the Amazon camera in your garage that
yeah,
will
it's tied to
record
Alexa,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Just, there you go.
he leaves
they'll
his
see-
firstborn child in your home,
Right.
So you have to take care of it, and he
Right.
trusts
Honestly, that's probably what it is. They have an Alexa. They have the firstborn child.
I was gonna say, okay.
Your Alexa's at the house, right? And
Yeah.
so they have a key or whatever to Alexa, and Alexa just unlocks the door.
that might work.
So Alexa probably opens up the garage door for you,
Right, so
Because
they-
they've got
they-
something that says, "Hey, you've got a package."
GPS says, "Hey, I'm here,"
Yeah.
and then she'll just be like, "Doot doot doot doot."
like.
Man, what a time we live in.
Alexa will unlock my door, but it'll ask me for like a PIN code,
Right.
before it will.
Yeah.
But I always that's good. Like it annoys me. It annoyed me at first. I'm just like, can you just unlock the door? I told you to unlock the door. Don't ask me for a PIN. Like this is an extra
Right.
step. Like I might as well just do it. But then I got to thinking and in my head I had this comedic image of a burglar just standing outside my door yelling like, Alexa, unlock the door. Alexa, and then it unlocking of it inevitably, and then that. Would
And
be
then the
bad.
further that you thought about it, then you thought about it as your child with the mask on, just because why not?
No, I didn't go there.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I think it was because of the yelling that I could see your
Yeah.
son just
Yeah.
yelling at Alexa to do things, and then that
they
was
yell
where I
at
got
Alexa
the
to do all kinds of things. The
him
worst,
breaking into his own house.
the worst thing that it ever did is
Seemed funny in my head.
I thought I might get put on a list, because so I was at Costco and I bought like a big pack of Naked Juice, and my kids really liked it, and so I was like, and it was gone, and they're like, hey, we want more of that, and I'm like, okay, well next time I'm out there. I was like, and I have all these lists set up, so I was like, Alexa, put Naked Juice on the Costco list,
right?
and I just had this panic moment. What if it misunderstood me and put Naked Jews on my Costco list?
Jeez.
And I was like, that would be terrible. Like if it misunderstood me, because I just feel like there's certain like
Words that
racist,
sound
terroristic things that people could say, and just like, so I grabbed my
I'm
phone.
done.
He's leaving, and so like I ran to my phone to look.
We
I'm
just
like
lost
panicked.
our tables at Comic Con.
And I look
Thanks,
at it,
Eric.
and I'm like, oh, it says Naked Juice. It figured it out.
Right.
Good.
And then,
See?
and it's
See?
like, okay, we live in a okay world, I guess. Like Alexa didn't misunderstand me. Like I'm just imagining terrible things happening to me because of I still am, especially now that you know that they listen to you and the
Right.
employees like can play back all the
And
things
we're
you've said.
cool with that.
I mean, it's
Right.
fine. It's fine. I'm sure no one will
Right.
abuse it.
Crazy Legs in the chat says, I only want to party with people whose name ends in After Dark. And then he said, I call whiskey my naked juice. And Alexa knows it.
That's true.
Thanks,
good.
Crazy.
So anyways, this is a one-day delivery. I thought it was magic when Amazon delivered a package on a Sunday to me. I thought that was a magical moment for me personally, but one day sounds great. Like, I mean, bigger cities, you have like in 4 hours or something.
So there's a lot
it's
of that's kind of what they said. They're expanding the number of zip codes that will be eligible for one-day shipping. So it may not necessarily get there.
With Jeff
As
Bezos just
quickly.
losing half of his money, he needs to come up with something to get more of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one more news story. Let's look at this one from Polygon.com. It says, director of Sonic the Hedgehog says he'll look different in the final cut. I guess this is good.
He's not going to have perfect human teeth.
Or like weird eyes that don't look like Sonic at all. Hey,
Yeah.
Kuipers, can you bring that side by side up again?
Yeah.
We don't care that it's pixely.
So an artist like tweeted out like a rendering of Sonic looking normal and not looking like a furry. And I think like I mean it's very like impressive what they did, because it's like, oh, actually that Sonic doesn't make me feel so uncomfortable now. Like the other Sonic just looks like an imposter, like a bad knockoff. It's like GoBot Sonic. Like I don't know.
See, and I didn't watching the trailer and everything. I didn't see it as being bad until I saw this picture.
You were mesmerized by how everything else in the trailer was amazing.
yeah, that's
like,
what it. Yeah.
like for real though.
Yeah.
Like I think this movie is going to be great. Like of course, I mean, I get it. But
I
Jim
get it
Carrey-
now,
Jim
seeing this.
Carrey.
It's good. It is the most Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey has been in a while. I will say that.
I'm
in the
excited.
Trailer, I was
I'm
like,
excited to see Jim Carrey as
Made
Jim
himself.
Carrey.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. Go do your art, man. You do you.
Yeah.
But let's give us some mask back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A little Ace Ventura.
Give us a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw people online going, "Oh, did you see? I think he's looking at a cue card," and I'm like, even if he is, I don't care. Like
don't care.
he's just turning on the old classic Jim for this, and whatever. We needed a little bit of that in this world, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
hopefully, at some point, Dr. Robotnik bends over and talks with his butt cheeks. That's really
One can only hope. One can only hope that he improved that, and they're like,
Now we're
no, that was
Yeah,
better than
no.
what we had envisioned. That we're keeping that.
You are an artist, sir. You are an artist.
The only thing that I hate about this story is the scary like hellscape where we can just rage on the internet about something and an entire movie's direction is going to change. Like,
Is that bad?
I don't know. I feel like as and I mean I'm using it loosely because we're talking about a movie about a video game character, but like art in and of itself, movies are a form of art, and if somebody can't have their own vision of something because fans don't like make a big deal out of it, I don't know. It seems like it's like the weird world that we live in now where we have that kind of voice that we didn't before. That,
I feel like that's a part of what we were talking about earlier, though.
Sure. Yeah.
This is some dude that's never played a video game in his life coming up with a thing that he
Yeah.
wants to like. He's like, oh
Right.
yeah, no, they'll love this.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
like, no, we saw the thing, we played the thing,
Right.
we know what the thing is.
sure.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
Oh, I mean,
I feel like it's necessary. Like I think like I was complaining about the last couple not last three but the last few episodes of Game of Thrones and
Sure.
how they feel like they are written by like football bros.
okay.
They're like, hey,
especially that Arya Stark
this is
thing.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna get those nerds hot and bothered.
Yeah, I know.
Like, hey,
Right.
I know what nerds like. I used to put them into lockers.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna just eat this up. It's like, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
It's almost like it hit the point where, we don't have the script from the books to follow anymore, and now
Right.
it's all on us to see the rest of this thing out.
Right.
It's almost exactly like that. But
Yeah.
I'm not trying to complain or see the negative in it. I'm
Sure.
just saying that it took the guy on the right 10 minutes.
Sure.
Like
you're
like,
right.
Like to just make it look right.
Right. And seeing it, I understand. And I see the complaints that people had. I never had a Sega growing up, so I didn't. I played a couple of levels when I was at a friend's house that actually had one. So I don't have the same kind of like.
Kyle played Tonic the Drunk Dog, and he liked it, and he looked a lot like the Sonic.
He
on
looked
the
like
left.
yeah. So I was like, yes, Tonic the Drunk Dog. That's what I'm looking for right there.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I think there is like, I get your point, Kyle.
People
like
should have art.
Like they can do like the idea that people get mad about something and then someone just has to react to it. But I also think that there's something cool about this is like, hey, they just like took it and said, look at how you screwed up. Like, look at this.
Right.
And I think that's cool to hear, like, okay, yeah, like maybe this movie has potential to be something good that people will like, but like also like let's not ruin it with creepy Sonic.
I also feel like there's a huge difference, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a huge difference between taking a massive dump on something that is bad,
Right.
and then being angry that Kelly Tran's character Rose was so terrible in. Like there's a difference between being, I don't like what they did with this movie. That they have artistic expression and they're making something on their own, and making the turtles becoming aliens.
Sure.
Like don't take you don't take artistic license with the things that are like, we've got this. This is canon.
Right.
Don't take the Bible and be like, oh yeah, no, Jesus, he never died. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
well, that takes away like the whole crux of his thing.
Yeah, the whole point.
Like
Right,
that's
yeah.
the whole.
Yeah, that's the whole story that's
the whole
already there.
bit.
Yeah, I think maybe some of this is stemming from like the way that everybody that there was a large amount of people that were very upset with The Last Jedi, which I thought was a fine movie, and I
Toy
didn't.
Story 2 was okay.
What's that?
Toy Story 2 was okay.
Yeah.
I guess fine.
I mean, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of people that now that we have voices, it feels scary, especially when you see something like this where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna make it look better." But I see what you're saying as well, and especially with this being a known property, why not make it look better?
Right.
I hadn't
it's
seen the
weird?
difference until I see this picture, and then I'm like, okay, I see what people are talking about now.
Do you think that it's weird that people are listening to us now?
That's weird. Dude.
Yeah, it is weird.
Is that more the weird thing? Do you think that like
Probably.
we are
Yeah.
like we've always complained? I mean,
Yeah.
I've always complained.
Yeah.
I'm real good at complaining. It's like
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's just that, the internet is so young still when you think about it. Like, it has not been around that long, and so now that we do have this voice, quote unquote. I mean, I think it's hard sometimes though too to weigh like sometimes I feel like things are just kind of bandwagony too, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm upset now because that guy's upset
Right.
about
No,
it,
that's
and
fair.
like, you know what I mean? Like, that stuff does bother me, but maybe, I mean, it's something like this for me is much easier to forgive because it's like, yeah, they screwed up Sonic, like fix Sonic. Okay?
Right.
Like, and
Yeah.
so like I think it's easier to be like, yeah, they should do something about this. you know?
Last thing I'm going to say on this, and I'm going to stop interrupting. I swear.
that's why
if
you're
this
here.
wasn't on the heels of Detective Pikachu, I think that we'd be having less of a problem as well.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like,
but that movie looks incredible to me.
but that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's what he's saying,
What I'm
yeah.
saying. It looks so good.
Yeah.
it looks so good. Like they
way
put
better
in
than
work.
anyone would have thought when you said we're making a Detective Pikachu, and Ryan is going to be the voice of
Right.
Pikachu, and like you're just like, this all doesn't seem to add up quite right. And then you see that first trailer, and I was so blown away, and I'm
Right.
like, yeah.
And if this wasn't right after,
Yeah.
like right after that, they're just coming out with this after that. It's like, well,
Yeah.
Nah.
That
Like,
Okay.
Hop 2 looks weird. What did they do to the Easter Bunny? Yeah, get rid of those teeth, fix his face. It'll be fine. We'll get
Yeah.
past it. As a society, we all got to go fast.
give him some quills.
And
Yeah.
and make him. Did you see? I saw in a headline about some. I think it was European musician who got an infected finger from a hedgehog quill.
Really?
And like had to be like admitted to the hospital. I don't know why.
Did he
I brought
lose
that
his
up.
finger?
I don't know.
Can he still play music?
I don't know. It's all. You guys.
It was all a
You're
blur.
gonna have to Google it. I mean, it's terrifying. Hey, we've got a 404. I got a couple 404s tonight. We don't always have these, so you're in for a treat. Matt, you can play along here. Where what we do, if you're not familiar, is we have a couple stories, and we say, hey, this person is kind of dumb or really dumb, and we give them a fun like headline or fun name for that thing, and then we put a poll out on Twitter. People vote on who is the worst at the most 404 of all this week. Anyways,
Okay.
So here we go. The chat likes to help. Chat, get your thinking caps on, your creative fun time caps. This. I gotta I'm gonna reverse these because I gotta save that one. That one's too good. I gotta go back to this other one first. This is from the New York Post. Kuipers, I think there's a video on this. If you want to play it, we don't need sound. The headline reads: "Bag-wearing thief uses disguise to carry out his stolen cash." So the gist of it is a dude has like a one of those like a grocery bag that
One of the reusable ones.
a reusable grocery bag, and he just like puts it on his head. Kuipers.
I can't unmute the ad.
Oh, just
It's
hit the
also-
mute on the keyboard.
No.
I'm gonna turn you
Technical
down over here.
difficulties.
Anyways, we
Yeah.
have problems sometimes. Anyways, he puts this bag on his head. It's like a reusable grocery bag, and his face is all there. Like, there's nothing that's keeping him from being identified. So I
What?
I'm not sure what he was thinking. Like, is this like a last minute crime that just can't?
I mean,
and
he literally walks in with the bag above his face. It falls down on his face, and he's holding it up with his hand.
yeah. And how is he robbing them? Like, did he have a finger gun? Like, I don't even know what he was.
It's in
Oh, he had a
Australia. He
knife.
doesn't have any guns.
He had a knife.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, he had a knife.
It's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he put all the stuff into the bag.
Yeah. He took his disguise off, and he puts it in the bag. Like, I don't even know what to think of this guy.
Wow.
So, if you have a fun name, in the chat, put it in there. I mean, if anybody has anything punny here, Kuipers, you got anything? No.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right. No.
Thanks,
Okay.
Kuipers.
All right.
You've let us down.
We'll let you
Is
guys.
he still muted?
I don't.
No,
I don't know.
I think he's not muted.
Okay. So I think, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I put bag job. I don't know.
It's in the bag.
It's in the bag. That's a
in
good
the
one. That's
bag.
better. Hopefully chat will help us out here. All right. This next one is it's karmatic. How do I want to say this? It's karma. It's judgment at its best. It's capturing the bad guy in the best way you possibly can. It's the thing where, yes, this is a bad thing this person did, but he got caught in the best way possible.
I think we got a winner here. Totes a robber.
Okay, there you go. Totes a robbery. Or Totes a robber. This story comes from WQAD.com, and it says, gravy-covered computer leads to Iowa man's arrest for child pornography. Now, terrible thing here, having child pornography or involving yourself in that, not good. This is a bad man.
Very bad man.
It looks like maybe he had hot gravy scolding his face or something. I don't know what happened there.
I think that might be like during an arrest.
Yeah, maybe he was putting up a fight.
Trying to flee.
But pretty much,
He's not going nowhere.
I mean, he wasn't. He probably took a swing, and they were like, hey, here's our excuse.
yeah. So this guy spills gravy, of all things, on his laptop, takes it into a repair shop to have them repair his laptop because the gravy had ruined it.
We're talking like meat gravy, right?
I'm hoping so.
Like gravy from a mashed potato.
I would imagine, yeah.
Maybe beef gravy, maybe a chicken
they
gravy.
said spilled
Just-
gravy.
Yeah, I don't think this is a euphemism for anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Anyways,
He took it to Best Buy.
he took it to the Geek Squad to have them fix it, and they found some things that shouldn't be on there, and he got arrested. And I think it's
So you're saying the Geek Squad is the heroes that we need.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that their spin-off is coming soon.
The Gravy more the hero in this?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I never thought of Gravy as a hero, but
Gravy Man.
Do you think he spilled it because he was dipping potato wedges into his potatoes?
Let's not drag Jeremy into this.
I don't even know.
Gravy can be messy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to know how much gravy. Like, what are you doing with that much gravy that you spilt it on the laptop? Anyways, like, are you eating?
This is what you do.
Like,
This is what you've got to have, like your gut shelf. And then you have your gravy on the shelf.
Just gravy.
And then you've got your laptop and you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
And then it goes, oops, and it goes onto the laptop.
Oh, man.
That might be it.
Why are you just resting a bowl of gravy? Are you just eating the
Who
gravy?
doesn't? Who's not watching Game of Thrones and being like, yeah,
Gravy.
Gravy.
And you dipping your drumstick in there.
Jolliver says GSVU.
Gravy scene.
Yeah.
Victim
Gravy Special Victims Unit.
Yeah.
It's the funniest headline ever. Just I don't know. Gravy foils. If it wasn't for your dang gravy, would have got away with it. That's how Scooby-Doo always ended, right?
Right.
I think so.
I think it's accurate. Anyways, we are going
That's
to
a winner right there.
go to twitter.com/MinuteTub and you can vote in the 404 poll. Let us know who wins. Who was the worst? Was it the totes robbery dude?
Guys, have we not even mentioned that
What?
Peter Mayhew died today?
Oh, we totally forgot. We were going to mention that at the top of the show, and I think we just went off. And
It's too sad.
we didn't want to think about it. We didn't want to disrespect him by making bad Chewbacca sounds.
Obviously. Get it together,
no,
Kuipers. No
but-
Chewbacca sounds.
Yeah, stop it. No, it is a real bummer. Like that's, tall guy,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're known for this thing. You're kind of an invisible famous person. Like,
Right.
you're just behind this
Most
mask.
people wouldn't recognize him if they walked across him in the street.
Yeah. No, R.I.P. for sure. I wonder, like, was he still? Did they have a different guy for the? Or was
I
he?
think
there's a new guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that
Dutch?
there might have been some things that he had shot for the movie,
Like
but
Force
there was
Awakens, maybe.
I think Force Awakens he was in.
Oh, okay.
But there might have been a couple of scenes that they did with him in the
Solo?
in Solo, but I think that the new person that was doing it did Solo, almost most of Solo.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a bummer. It's it's one
Yeah.
of those. 74. I was like, I feel like that's young nowadays, but it's still, life happens. And he's tall, man. And I think you mentioned before the show too. You're like, maybe not for that generation.
So many drugs,
Right.
man.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Oh well. Think of, like, if you're gonna do drugs, which I would never endorse, but if you're gonna do drugs like that, imagine like being on the set of the original Star Wars, doing drugs with like a bunch of like Jawas and stuff.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. Anyways, that does it for the 404 and the news. Do we have anything in the mailbag this week? I don't think we do. Or we do.
I said that he was Dutch. He's Finnish.
Oh, how dare you.
I know.
That's really a shame.
I didn't want to offend
apologies.
your two
Yeah.
overseas people.
That's
Right.
true. Yeah.
Right.
They would email us, I'm sure. Yes, we do have
we
an
did.
email. We postponed it from last week.
Right.
It came in from Caitlin.
Yeah,
Why don't you
it
give
was
us
a
the gist of
story.
this?
There was an attack last week at a Kansas City zoo that a tiger attacked one of the zookeepers. Apparently, there were 3 people that had to like pull the person out, and they were I believe that they were able to save their life. But yeah, that's crazy. You don't always think about that when you go to the zoo. That there's those people who put their life on the line essentially to take care of those animals every single day.
I really rarely think about Topeka, Kansas, and the
Right.
fact that there are tigers there.
Yeah.
Only because of a zoo.
Right.
The tiger will not be euthanized because it was just doing, and I quote, tiger things.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, in some ways, it's like, yeah, okay, we
Yeah,
put this
it's a
wild
tiger.
animal
Yeah.
into a cage, and you're gonna have to expect it's gonna do the things that it does.
Also, I believe there's something like 400 of that specific brand of tiger. Brand? Species?
breed. I don't know.
Yeah. Species or breed.
works, Yeah.
Yeah, that specific type of tiger. There's very few
I
left.
think when we're
in the
talking
wild.
tiger brands, I can just think of like Tiger Woods.
Tiger Bomb.
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger
the
was one I
Tiger,
was thinking
right.
of. Yeah, they're great. But yeah, that's. I mean, zoos are interesting. I'm sure. Like, I don't know. I was at the zoo a couple weeks ago, and I was just looking at a gorilla, and I'm just like, I don't know if you like it here. Maybe you like it here, but I don't know if you like it here.
Probably not.
Probably bored.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was watching. He was just laying on his back, holding his feet, and just
I
staring.
mean, that is
at-
pretty fun.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just laying there holding his feet and just staring at the people like, is this entertaining you? I
Right.
don't know. Like, I'm doing this
Are
thing.
you not entertained?
No, it's just, oh, poor gorilla.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Caitlin, for sending in your email. You can email us at tubcast@minutetub.com, or you can call us and leave a voicemail at 475-TUB-CALL. That's 475-TUB-CALL. And you know, we don't open that phone line up to the public.
Yeah.
I did that one time. It was
Yeah.
bad. Things went south.
Yeah. They,
Crazy.
they had to ruin it for everyone.
Crazy Legs is probably talking about gorillas in a zoo right now. I know a
he
gorilla
said, yep.
who used to really like it at the zoo in Cincinnati. Yes,
We were all waiting for that.
you are the biggest advocate for Harambe that I know, Crazy Legs. Any opportunity he has.
So was Harambe not doing those gorilla things then?
yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
what he wasn't.
I don't know. Maybe he was.
I think that Cincinnati is just tougher on crime.
Yeah.
And gorilla
that's
crime
probably it.
specifically.
Gorilla crime
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. We are about to leave, but before we go, we cannot forget to thank our Patreon peeps. That's right. These are all the lovely individuals who donate monthly to keep this crazy train going. The steam in the engine, the coal, I don't know, whatever it uses to make steam, I guess. God of Atheists and Jolliver, you know, you're our two heroes every month who continue, despite what the world may tell you to spend your money on, you spend it here. We do appreciate it. It helps us do whatever we do. You know, go to Comic-Con.
Right.
That's all funded by, you know, Patreon. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon peep, go to patreon.com/minutetub and subscribe at any dollar amount you can. We really appreciate the support.
We do.
I'd like to thank Matt for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us and chatting.
having me.
Yeah, that's
was there
awesome.
something you were going to say?
I was just gonna ask how many tub bucks I got for being here.
Oh, how many tub bucks you get for being here?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know if we ever established
I
what
mean,
the guest gets
I
in
know
tub
a
bucks.
viewer would get, what do they get, like 5?
It's like
10
yeah,
per
something like
minute?
that.
10 per minute? Is that?
Something like that.
I don't know. Well, if the chat has input on what you think Matt should get, let us know. If not, we may just have to negotiate this off air.
Yeah.
Because I
mean,
feel like it's
an important detail.
I mean, it is.
Right.
You should probably pay out. Jolliver is showing off his tub bucks. You know what, though? Jolliver, or Crazy Legs.
Oh,
I was going to ask for that. Can I put it... Jolliver, can I put in a special request for the song? I know you paid for the dance, but in honor of the Sonic trailer, can we please have Kuiper's dance to Gangster's Paradise? Oh, he says it's Matt's pick. Okay, I won't
Matt gets
influence
to pick
it.
the
You
music.
can
I
pick the
mean-
song, but I'm just saying maybe Gangster's Paradise. Maybe.
That sounds good to me. I don't know what
Okay.
we're doing anymore.
Okay, all right.
I had a bit. I was doing a bit.
So with the tub bucks, they can purchase dances from
I see.
Kuipers.
It's a way for us to humiliate our intern.
As
Yeah.
is tradition.
Exactly.
He has to do it. And so, yeah, Kuipers, I got to find the song. Hold on just a second. And every once in a while this happens. This is what you can use your tub bucks for.
Right.
Crazy Legs says, Matt, just get the tattoo. That's right. Crazy Legs is our fan who got the logo tattooed on his shoulder. And he
nice.
he got
Okay.
10,000 tub bucks for doing that.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, being a guest is
get-
worth a lot.
You do get
but-
basically a tub buck per minute if you're watching.
I dig it.
So maybe
So-
he gets double
So double.
for being on air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like, I don't know. That's like 120 bucks.
I love it.
That's on
Nah,
air.
see, we're good.
That's good. Okay. I think we're good.
Or 240.
240. I don't know math.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know math. We already talked about that. Math is bad. We don't want math to invade our fun. All right, here you go. You ready, Kuipers? You stretched out? All right, here we go.
Close as I could.
All right. It sounds like just, okay, you want to take it slow here, okay? There's a heartbeat moment. Just bring it in.
Give it.
Just give it some time.
Give
here.
it. Let it breathe.
Julio has to warm up those vocal cords. There we go. This is always entertaining. I love that he has to do this in front of a guest, too. It makes it better.
Yeah.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying.
Yes.
Chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta know. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light.
There's the chorus. Bring it home, Kuipers. Yeah. Come on, change it up. Oh, there it is.
Look at the situation.
All right,
Oh,
all right.
man.
Good job, Kuipers.
Perfect.
Thank you. That really, it made it all worth it. It made the journey more valuable.
Jolliver said his wife was bobbing her head and laughing.
How could
Yeah.
you not?
I mean, that's what you do.
Kuipers, you always bring us a special gift when you do that, and we're very thankful. Crazy Legs is commenting on your tight khakis. I know we usually have the Wranglers tonight.
Yeah.
We have the khakis. That's
No
nice.
Wranglers tonight.
I love it.
All right.
Thanks for having me out, guys.
Yes, thanks for being here.
For joining us.
It's awesome. Everybody go register for Comic-Con now. What's that
Yeah.
website one last time?
oconexpo.com. Check out the stuff. You can buy tickets and see all of our guests.
Yes.
Awesome.
You'll want to come to our panel. You'll want to come see us
Yeah.
at our booth. Spoiler alert. We got 2 booths
Yeah.
this year, so we're expanding.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
You remember when we said something about peacocking?
Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go. All right,
2
everybody.
booths.
We'll see you next week. Have a lovely week until we see you again, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Always here, twitch.tv/MinuteTub. Love you all. Good night.
Power and the money and the power. Minute after minute, hour after hour. Everybody's
Might be the
running,
first
but
time
half
I've
of
ever
them ain't
legit heard
looking
this
what's
song.
going on.